Going first is Adam Duran, and basically we are doing a um, presentation. So go ahead, Adam.
Okay, first I
Take
want
it
to
away.
introduce Sandeepa Nayak, my co-presenter. Sandeepa is her, you all know her as a web developing wizard. She used to teach computer languages for college students. She has a child of 24 years old named Nidhi, a dog named Duty and Buddy, and a cat named Magic. Her hobbies and interests are meditation, and her key to success are people. Extremely nice and kind people. Sandeepa, do you want to introduce me?
Okay. Are you able to see? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, Adam Duran, the one and only multi-talented guy. His previous job was barista before even barista was a thing. And that's only Adam who can do it. His spouse is Michiko, married for 22 years. His children are Seiya, 21 years, and Alicia, 18 years. He has a beautiful, fantastic dog. Her name is Sesame. She is a mini Australian Shepherd. His hobbies and interests are he enjoys weekly hikes with family and exercising and learning jujitsu, which is an art of folding clothes while people are in it. His key to success is be humble, hungry, and smart. Thank you, Adam. Please take it away.
Okay, so today we're going to, Sandeepa and I are going to talk about something that actually we have some experience with this, and we want to make sure that you guys are all aware of this because this is coming to you and to any other business owner that you know. So this is something called website ADA compliance. So today we're going to be talking about this. We're going to go through the ADA. We're going to give some examples. We'll give some real world experience. We'll go through what Sandeepa does, what we do, some benefits that your referrals can get from taking care of this, as well as why you should probably pay attention to this as well. So basically, this all boils down to dollar bills, y'all. So ADA compliance, you probably know in the 90s, or actually in 1990, this law came into effect. And basically what it talks about is making any public place accessible to people with disabilities. So that's fine in the real physical world, right? So we have codes. Our public infrastructure has decided with inspectors exactly how to make things accessible for disabled patrons, which is great. Unfortunately, now that has entered the web world. And why I say unfortunately is because there's really no set rules about this. Accessibility for the web is kind of in the eye of the beholder. And that means that means anyone can sue anyone at any time. And it's happening. So this is kind of an avalanche of lawsuits have started in the last couple of years. To establish a claim, so the person has to be have a disability. Then they find a defendant, a business owner who operates a business, and then the defendant must establish that they have been discriminated against as defined by the ADA. So that could be anywhere from, say you have a hotel website. Does that hotel website have a photo of the beds with a tape measure showing 32 inches or more of space around the bed? If that is not on that website, that can be grounds for a lawsuit because the person with a disability can't check before coming if that location is appropriate for them or accepting of them. That specific example is we found in the Bay Area last year, one guy sued 100 different hotels for just that one thing. That was the kind of cookie cutter answer. You can look this up online, but 100 different hotels were sued during the pandemic for not having that information on their website. And That's pretty crazy. So Sandeepa, can you tell us what are some good examples of ADA compliance?
Yeah, thank you, Adam. That was a very, very good intro. So some of the examples, very, very easy to understand examples are, if you see, there is, 6 examples over here of the background color and foreground color. The first one you can barely read, and the last one, which is the black on white, you can read it really well. So of course, making sure you have good contrast between foreground and background is very important. Absolutely no text over images. If you have text over images, make sure it is easy to read, just like the example on the right. Let's go to the next one. Here, this is one of the very, very important and most uh, highest prioritized thing in 2022 is mobile friendliness, or device friendliness is what ADA calls it. No matter what device you're looking at your website should function and behave correctly. So always make sure your website is designed for all kinds of views and screens. Next screen. Of course, now we have so many people creating videos, photographs, and stuff like that online. Doesn't matter what asset you put on the web page, make sure there's always an alternate way to view the asset or understand what the asset is for people who are having, viewing impairment or hearing impairment.
Or a transcript like this, any kind of video that you have on your site. See that little button that says transcript? There should be a transcript that they can download or read. Sandeepa, you have some real world stories. You've had clients who have come to you who've paid thousands.
Yeah, absolutely. So before I talk about one real world story, let me give you some examples of, world famous, businesses that have been hit with lawsuits and have lost and paid dearly. Some of them you know very well: Domino's Pizza, Fox News Network, Burger King, Nike, Blue Apron. CVS pharmacy had to keep aside 250,000 just to overhaul all their websites to make sure it is both hearing as well as visual compliant. And then Howard, of course, and Howard was sued because a deaf person could not view the courses which were video based, and there was no transcript, and Howard lost. So one of the businesses came to me earlier last year, and this was a real estate company. And a deaf person said he could not listen to the videos that were on the website that were educating on the real estate business. This person first complained in a simple letter. Then 2 weeks later, the business owner received another correspondence from the same person who described himself as legally blind as well as hearing impaired, both. And then he sent a pre-file courtesy notice, and then after a few days, he filed a lawsuit, which the business owner had absolutely no way of fighting. He understood from his lawyer that would take thousands of dollars to fight it off, and settled for $19,000. A website that cost him just $3,000, he had to settle $19,000. At this point, it is already very late for me or Adam to do anything with the website once he has been hit with the lawsuit. And we can barely do something. So this presentation is about how to avoid it. Take it away, Adam.
Okay, so just like Sandeepa, we've had a few clients come to us in the last year who they've gotten a demand letter just like that. They've paid anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 before to avoid a lawsuit. If you have a contact form on your website, that's enough. If you have an e-commerce portion of a website, it's coming. These demand letters are coming, because any kind of that is that's proof that you are exchanging data, and that's one of the basics for that's pretty much the only basic thing that's been established for one of these lawsuits to have validity. So how we can help. So Co-Creation definitely can redesign the site. We both can put on an ADA overlay widget. I'll show you an example of that. Co-Creation definitely. Sandeepa, tell us what you do about what actually Co-Creation does for a business.
Thank you, Adam. Co-creation can help business owners, both small as well as medium, with creating a completely new website with a brand new design. We create websites in basically any kind of platform, ranging from WordPress, Joomla, Drupal. Even we create our own platform. We also create web applications. These are online applications designed to automate any kind of functions that you have. For example, an HR function, or just a function where you complete the whole workflow of your business. We also help with enhanced SEO, which means when we are done with the website, it is ready to go with a digital marketing person, an amazing digital marketing person like Adam, who will then promote your website. Take it away, Adam.
Woo. All right. So the benefits of having like an ADA compliant site is, first of all, that means inherently it has good SEO behind it. It has all the images named. It has everything. Basically, that algorithm that is checking your website, it's screaming at Google exactly what that business does. So thanks, Betty. Thanks, Betty. Anyway, Google loves that because then it's not confusing. Anytime you confuse that algorithm, you're going to lose. So the other cool benefit about getting this ADA compliant stuff done is there is actually a tax credit that you can take advantage of. Joel Smith let me know that our CPA of the group let us know that if you put funds towards this, towards making a site ADA compliant, you can get a tax credit up to $5,000 per year to do this, which is great because, who doesn't like free money? Awesome. All right. So there's two ways that we would recommend that a business kind of think about this. One is a website redesign, or an kind of a Band-Aid is an ADA overlay widget. So we've taken on clients now that they have to redesign their whole entire site. And so we bring them to Sandeepa's team and they help them. Current clients that don't need a whole redesign, we recommend having at least, at the very least, an overlay widget. An overlay widget looks like this. It's in the top right or whatever. It's on a corner of your website that you click, and then it allows the person to make the text bigger, for example, or make it dyslexia friendly. These are widgets that basically go over the top of your website, so that way a visually impaired person can interact with your site better. Now, is this the end all for this? Guess what? No way. Anyway, the reason why we like this, at least, basically, if you ever had a car in the 80s like I did, you had a club that you put on that steering wheel so no one could steal your jalopy. This is basically the 2020 version of that. Please don't sue us is basically what this widget screams. So you can definitely still get sued for anything, anywhere, but at least this is a please go sue somebody else kind of thing. For Sandeepa, you want to add anything?
Yes. So one of the things I wanted to mention, and I think we discussed this at some point, Adam, we just like in last year and year before that, Google said privacy statement is very, very important for all the websites. Similarly, this year onwards, please add an accessibility statement on your website stating that your website is accessible once you add the widget.
Yes, 100%, definitely. So finally, just to remind everyone, for my company, Magnify Media, we are Google experts. So what that means is we help make the phones ring. So we focus on the online visibility and the online credibility of our clients. So what does that mean? It means when someone types in a search for your service, we make sure that your business ends up here in that Google 3-pack, and that they have double or triple the amount of reviews as their competitors. That way, they're the no-brainer choice. And everyone's happy. There you go. Why is this important? Everyone knows here in BNI, visibility and credibility leads to profitability. Dollar bills, y'all. That's all it's about. If you want to learn more about my company or what we do, or this kind of SEO business for yourself, I do a weekly podcast. It's 10 minutes long called Local SEO in 10. You're going to love it. Thank you.